So the last topic in SQL, you have data control language. So data control language, we have only this three or four commands: commit, rollback, save point, and set transaction. Right. So commit command is used to make the changes permanent to the database. Right. So whenever you need to make the changes permanent to the database, we go for this commit command. And rollback command is used to undo the changes that have been done to a relation. Right. To roll back the changes, whenever you need to do undo operation, we go for this rollback command. Right. And the save point command, it creates points within group of transaction in which to roll back. Right. So whenever you are executing a group of transactions, it is going to create points within group of transactions, so that it's easy for us to roll back only selected transactions in a relation. And set transaction, it is used to place a name on a transaction. So let us look into this commands, data control language commands. Commit is used to make the changes permanent to the database, and rollback is used to undo the changes that is being done to a relation. Right. So save point, instead of rolling back all the transactions in the case of failure, we are going to selectively roll back only few transactions in the case of failure by means of this save point command. And set transaction is used to place a name on a transaction. Right. So let us look into these commands. So the commit command is the transaction command used to save changes invoked by a transaction to the database. Right. So the syntax for the commit command is going to be commit. So consider the customers table having the following records. Right. So you have 7 records. Right. So following is the example in which we delete records from the table having the age 25, and then commit the changes in the database. Right. So initially you have the 7 records in customers database. So you are going to delete the details of the customers whose age is going to be 25. Right. So delete star from customers where age is equal to 25. Right. And you invoke this commit command. Right. So the changes are made permanent to the database. 2 records with record ID 2 and 4, they got deleted. Right. So 2 records with the ID 2 Killan and 4, they got deleted. Right. So once you execute the rollback command, the rollback command is the transactional command used to undo the transactions that have not already been saved to the database. Right. So for example, consider the customers having the following records. You have 7 records. You are going to initially delete the records from the customers whose age is going to be 25. Right. 2 records got deleted. So once you execute the command rollback, right, so we'll undo the previous transaction. Right. So as a result, the delete operation would not impact the table, and the select statement would produce the following result. Right. So once you execute the rollback command, it has an undo effect on this relation. So the delete transaction would not impact the table. Right. So we are going to undo the delete command, and the relation is being retained. Right. So the relation is being reverted to its original state with all the 7 records. Right. So that's the use of commit and rollback command. So commit is to make the changes permanent to a database or a relation, whereas rollback is to undo the changes that is being done by a transaction on a database. right? So the next is going to be the save point command, right? So a save point is a point of transaction when you can roll the transaction back to a certain point without rolling back the entire transaction, right? So this is given by save point. The syntax is going to be given by save point name. And the syntax for rolling back to a save point is as follows: roll back to save point name, right? So we have an example, right? So initially you have all the 7 records in the table customers. So you are going to create a save point sp1, right? So all the records to create a save point. You are going to delete a record from the customer where id is equal to 1, right? So delete star from customers where id is equal to 1, right? One record get deleted, you are going to have save point sp2, and again you are going to delete a record from customer where id is equal to 2, right? Killen got deleted. You are going to name it as save point 3, and so on, right? Now I need to selectively roll back, right? So I need to, now 3 deletions have been taken place, right? So initially with all records you have sp1. So you have deleted record 1, you have created sp1 and deleted record 1, created sp2 save point 2 and deleted record 2, created sp3 and deleted record 3, right? Now we plan to roll back to sp2, right? So sp2 indicates we are going to roll back to the point only where only one customer is being deleted, where customer id with 1 is being deleted. So now that the 3 deletions have taken place, say you have changed your mind and you decided to roll back to the save point that you identified as sp2, right? So I want to roll back the last 2 transactions only, right? So I want to roll back, delete star from customers where id is equal to 2 and delete star from customers where id is equal to 3, right? So I want to roll back only the last 2 transactions alone. Then I can selectively roll back the transactions using this save point command, right? So we are going to have this rollback command, roll back to sp2. So it returns the relation with only 2 transactions rolled back, right? So this is how we work with save points, right? To selectively roll back a set of transactions, we go for this save point command, right? So this completes working with data control language, right? So in data control language, you have only 3 statements: commit to make the changes permanent to the database, roll back to undo the changes that has been done to a relation. So save point, it creates points within group of transaction so that you can selectively roll back a set of transactions, right? And set transaction is used to place a name on a transaction.